Hi everybody, it is Craftin Just Because with Chris Cowan, and today we're going to make a cute little project starting for our 12 days of Christmas. And it is a photo mini book, and so it opens like this. Ooh, these got stuck down pretty good. Oh, there we go. Sorry. So it's an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. And then there's little tags and places to put cards or sentiments or photos. And so we're going to go ahead and make this today. So what you're going to need to do is you need to bring in your Stampin' Trimmer. And oh, I should mention we are using the Night Before Christmas designer series paper, and then some of the Night Before Christmas cards, Memories and More cards. So I'm using an 8.5 by 11 piece of Early Espresso, and on the 8.5 inch side we want to score it at 2 7/8. And don't worry, if you don't have the measurements, I will be posting these in my blog post. And then we're going to score it also on the 8.5 inch side at 5 3/4. And then we're going to flip it onto the 11 inch side, and we're going to score it at 2 7/8. Five 7/8. 6 1/8, 9, and 9 1/4. Okay, so this is what you're left with. So first what you want to do is you want to burnish all the score lines. So let's go ahead and burnish those all up. And one more, it looks like. Oh, whoops, I forgot one on the 8.5 inch side right here. Okay, so this is what you're left with. You're going to have two pieces up here that have little gussets, and those are so that when it folds up nice, so you could see one there and one there, that it doesn't bend your fabric or bend your paper. And then this just flips in like that. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to cut on every score line on the 11 inch side. And we're going to cut those gussets out as well. So on the 11 inch side, we're going to cut on every score line. And then let's cut out these little gussets as well. Okay, so now we have to flip over and do the same thing on this side. We're going to cut these gussets out. The nice thing about this one is this one I'm showing has no stamping. So if you don't want to stamp and you want a quick and easy project, you can do that, or you can add stamping to it as well. I just wanted to provide a project that I don't usually do, and I thought this photo album was a cute and easy way to do that. Okay, so this is what you're left with. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off half the square on the left here, down here at the bottom, and then the middle right, and then the left. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and let me measure these. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to line my paper up at 1 1/4, it looks like. And I'm going to cut off this one and then lift it up, and then I'm going to cut off the bottom one. So just like that. And then we're going to flip the cardstock over and do the same thing for that middle one. So let me put it 1 1/4. And we'll go ahead and do that. So just like that. So this is what you're left with. Okay. Now what you want to do is you're going to take your liquid multi-purpose glue, and on these little pockets, you're just going to put a little section down just like this, and then flop it over. And then I'm using my bone folder to rub that shut, and then we're going to leave it. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the middle one. A thin line as close to the edge as possible. Fold that over. And then the last one. And these just formed little pockets. Whoops. I meant to put a little hole there, but that's okay. We don't need to. Sorry about my hand reach there. Okay, now what I've come in and done is I've taken that Night Before Christmas designer series paper, and I cut up pieces of that, and I'll show you here. So I'm taking out all my little pieces. And then I also took one of the sticker packs from the Memories and More cards. And then I'm just going to layer this up and decorate it all up. So let's see here. This might be kind of fun there. So I'll go ahead and glue that down there. Put that right in the center. And then, let's see here. I meant to put, I'm going to add this here. And since I didn't make that little circle punch there, I'm going to go ahead here. Let's see here. Let's decorate this little card with some of the holly from the stickers. And just put it like up there. And then I love this. We're going to also be using some of this, what's it called here? Cherry cobbler ribbon. And I'm just going to fold it in half. And then banner the ends. And then I'm just going to staple it. I like that whole staple look. I'm going to staple it here onto my card. And I should tell you what these sizes are. So this Very Vanilla is 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. And then I'm just going to place that in here, except for, you know what I want to do? I'm going to add a little strip of paper here so that when it's pulled out, you don't see that. And let me tell you this. So this is 2 1/4 by 1 inch. So I'll go ahead and add that there. And then I'll add my little card into my pocket. And then, let's see here. Let's keep decorating. I think I'm going to add the stocking paper here. You know what? Hold on. I want to add a bigger piece behind it. Layer it up. So 2 1/4 by 2 1/4. And then my guess is this is a 2 by 2. And then I'm going to add this green one right here. And then I'm going to take another little 2 1/4 by 2 1/4 Very Vanilla, and I'm going to make it look like a letter. And I'm going to add one of these postage stamp stickers. And I'm going to do the same thing with that candy cane cherry cobbler ribbon. And just kind of staple that right on there. Put that, let's add another little piece of paper here. You know, let me cut this. So I'm going to cut, so there's background paper there. So what's nice about this project too is it just takes a lot of little leftover pieces. And I like that about this project. Then I have a little piece of cardstock here, and it's just a scrap, but I'm going to put, let's see here. I'm going to put Merry Christmas on it since it's a sticker. And then I'll add some of that cherry cobbler ribbon into it as well. But because it was a sticker, I needed to back it on something since it's gonna be a pull-out. So this project is perfect for little scraps of fabric. Or why do I keep saying fabric? Little scraps of paper that you have just laying around. Okay, so now we're down to our last little pocket here. And I think I'm going to go ahead and put Santa's sleigh there. And what I'm trying to do too is use all kinds of different colors and papers, but have it still coordinating. And that's why this set is so great, because you're getting all kinds of different colors and textures using this set. Let's see here. Go ahead and put this one down. And then what I'm going to do is take the other half of this and put it facing this way. But I need to trim it down just a little bit. we have that. And then let's take another little white piece of paper, and I'm gonna add, I think it'd be fun to add this cute little reindeer onto this. And then we'll add some more of that candy cane ribbon. I love this ribbon. I wish this was in the holiday catalog all the time. I mean, the regular catalog, because I love this ribbon. Stripes and polka dots are my thing. So as you can see, it's really just a matter of layering it up and having fun decorating all your little pieces. And let's do another little tag here. I'm gonna take another little piece here that I have, and let's do Santa stops here. Actually, I think it might be kind of fun to put this on here. And then I'll trim that down. And we'll add some of that candy cane ribbon into that as well. And I'm just using that rough stapled look. I think I'm going to put the Santa stops there. And then I'm wondering if we should add a tag to this one since we didn't prior to that. Or, you know, since we added one. This is what I have left as far as stickers. You know what? You could put a tiny little photo on here. We'll put that on the end. Just like that. Okay, now we're going to decorate the outside of it. So I'm going to just flip this over like this. And I'm going to start placing where I think these would be cute to have all of our little pieces. And then this was one of the Memories and More cards, and we're just going to cut this out. So you could use your framelits or you could just use your scissors. And then we're going to use Stampin' Dimensionals and pop this up. So just like that. And then let me take my little pieces here. So that might be kind of cute on this, like that. And then maybe that like that. Do, 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 do. And then let's put that piece like that. And then I'm going to layer. I have a couple of these little ones. I was thinking it would be fun to layer maybe just like that. Well, yeah, let's do that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and glue these down. I like to place it before I glue it so that if I need to switch things around, like if there's too much of one color going on, then I could swap it around. And this set just makes easy, the Memories and More cards will make easy cards, but also, as you could see, because this had no stamping on it, it also let us just kind of create using all kinds of different colors that all actually coordinate well together, and you don't even really know it. And then it looks like I accidentally, oh, you know what I needed to do? Oops. I needed to cut these little flaps off because we don't need them for the top. That's why we're not decorating them. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with my my corner rounder, and we're going to round those corners for the flap. Okay, whoops. So let me get this glued on. All my little flaps are coming out. We can add them back in after we get this all decorated. Okay, so let me get some Stampin' Dimensionals, and then we're just gonna add this right onto the center. Okay, so just like that. Okay, I've got this piece left over, and that's what we're going to use to decorate it. Whoops, I didn't have that one on. There we go. So I'm just going to put this right here. So I rounded the corners on the end, and then rounded the corners on the early espresso as well, so that we have a little flap. And then I'm going to tie a little piece of ribbon around this and tie a bow. Oops. And then you just kind of play with your bow till you get it exactly how you want it. Sorry if I'm off camera there. I think I pulled it. Okay. Let me put all my little flaps stuff back in. Oh. Okie dokie, put that there. Put all of our little flaps back in. Okie dokie. So now what we're going to do is we're going to fold this up. You know what? This one keeps coming undone. I like to use tear and tape, but because it's such a small area, I was trying to use just my liquid multi-purpose glue so that it gave you an even finer little area. Okay, so while we're doing that, we're going to fold this up just like this. And then what I want to do is I'm going to just set my stapler on top of there. I'm going to come in with this Warmest Wishes, and I'm going to add this to this scrap piece of cardstock. And then I'm going to cut that off. So let me cut it nice and straight. Hold on just a second here. And then that's what we're going to put on some dimensionals, and that's what's going to hold our little pocket shut. So I'm going to bring in my Stampin' Dimensionals, just like this. And actually the edges are the perfect thing for this. Okay, so with it shut, what I want to do is I want this to go on the main part, not the flap, but I want my flap to be able to fit under there and hold it shut. So I'm going to hold it shut and carefully place that right down into the center like that, so that when you come up, you can flip your, hopefully I didn't get my dimensionals on. Oh, I did a little bit. You don't want your dimensionals on your flap. So you want this to be able to hold it secure. See how that does? And then pops open. So that's our first day one project for the 12 days of Christmas. I appreciate you guys joining me today. Sorry about the little mishap there with my dimensionals, but as you can see, these would make great projects to give away as gifts, especially to someone maybe far away that like wants some pictures of you guys, that doesn't always get pictures, and you could already preload it with pictures. So like grandparents or aunts and uncles, they would love this gift. And all it takes is a lot of little scraps. And on this one, look, I put a little spot where they could put a message. But then you just fold it all up. And then it secures down right just like that. Thank you guys for joining me today. Like I mentioned, all the directions will be posted on my blog. If you'd like a PDF sent to you, just private message me and I will get that sent out to you. Have a great day and tune in tomorrow for the second day of the 12 days of Christmas. Bye-bye.